Someone asked for a plant video, so I'm making it. I'm at the beginning stages of YouTube where no one asks for videos, so when someone does, they're gonna get it. This is my video about my houseplants. Not a place where I would usually sit, although I'm experimenting with places to sit in my new apartment for videos, and this actually is so cute. I look like I'm in a jungle. I might start sitting here for knitting videos and just, you know, making it work. I like it over here. I'm gonna go through one by one all of my plants. Instead of doing this in the order that I got these plants, I'm just gonna go in the order that they are most convenient for me to grab. Maybe I should do it in order of easiest plants to keep. Let's do it that way. Okay, in the order of the oldest plant in my garden, this is my oldest plant. I was recently told that this is not a philodendron, but I'm pretty sure if you look up like silver philodendron, this will come up. They are lovely. It has such a long little trail. And the only issue with it is it did get leaf rot on this little section for like 4 leaves, so I had to get rid of all of them, or whatever this is. Like, I'm not sure what's happening with him, but they're not rotting, so I'm leaving them. But anyway, this is a notoriously simple to take care of houseplant, and it's just so lovely. This is the second easiest plant. I should just do all the philodendrons at the beginning. This had brown spot, and that's all that's gone wrong with it. It's also lovely, and I really want to propagate it, but it's only got this one long section, and so I don't want to wreck it, so I'm waiting for it to get a longer section before I propagate it. The third philodendron I have is this one, which my cousin gave me, which, I mean, I saved from death's door. It was completely dying. The other pot I had it in, it just must have hated, because the second I moved it out of it, it perked right back up and is loving its life in this pot. So still very small because it almost died. My fourth philodendron is just a propagation of the little silver philodendron, and I just potted him when I moved out, and he is doing great, although I think I overwatered it because it's in a little lumberjack mug, and it's so cute, but I don't ever drink this much coffee, so I put my philodendron in it, and it's doing great, except that this doesn't have any drain holes, which is why this leaf turned yellow, so my fault. I'm usually very much more careful to not overwater, but that time, clearly, I made a mess up. Actually, you know the plant I should have done first in this video, for ease, is this plant, which is my snake plant, because I didn't get this till, oh, maybe 8 months ago, and he was tiny. He was like, the whole plant was probably about the size of this piece of this plant. And he has gotten so big, and I accidentally bent this piece down with my blinds, and I left it there all night, and he does not care at all. He is the healthiest plant. The only sections that are bad, and these have been like this since I got it, are these little weird sections that look like a cat bit off the top, but who knows? It's doing great. Otherwise, I love it a lot. I know this is a really popular plant, and now that I have one, I know why, because it's very easy to keep. So, big fan of this plant. This is my Monstera plant, which has also done quite a bit of growing to the point where I probably need to change it out of this yellow pot. But he's just now gotten his very first fully broken apart leaf, because all the other ones are they just have holes. This is also known as a species of Swiss cheese plant, which is my favorite name. I love that name. And this plant just makes me happy. I think every modern plant enthusiast has some level of split leaf plant, because they're so in right now. And I just got one for a friend for her birthday. Everybody says if they have a brown thumb, you should get a philodendron. This is called a Monstera philodendron. I think it might have been labeled wrong, but I have not had any issues keeping it, so I went ahead and got her one, and hoping that that one lives as happily as mine has. Maybe I just have good luck, because I have some difficult plants that I will talk about in a minute that I have been able to keep alive relatively easily. But next I'm gonna go on to another one of my easy plants. Oh, I forgot about this one. Obviously, easy cactus. One of the reasons that people say they have brown thumbs is because they say, oh, I need a plant that's easy to take care of, that's low maintenance, and they get a cactus. And then they think, I have a plant now, I have to water it all the time. So then they water their cactus all the time. Or they do what I did and put it in a pot that doesn't have a water hole, but like, what else are you supposed to put in this pot? That's not smart of me, but I never water that thing. You know why? Because it doesn't need to be watered. And that's why people kill cactuses, is because they water them more than they should. I saw a YouTube video where shoot, I wish I remembered his name. He had a ZZ plant, and he was like, if you water this more than you pay your rent, it's too much. And that's how I feel about cactuses. If you water a cactus more than you pay your rent, you're watering it too much. Okay, next easy plant. I will say, this has not been a particularly easy plant. This is my money tree plant, because it did have a couple of like moments where for some reason, I watered the soil once and then it stayed super dark and mucky for, I mean, God, weeks. And I was like, why isn't it drying out like my other plants? It was the weirdest thing. So, I mean, that gave me a scare because like half the leaves died because they were overwatered. I almost had to repot it. But I was like, it was in the sun. And I was like, surely one of these days it's gonna, you know, dry up. And it didn't. But he's looking great right now. I'm having issues braiding it though because I can braid hair, but I've never braided branches before. So every time I do it, I'm like, this is how you braid, right? And it's very precarious because you don't want to break anything. So he's looking good now. I'm gonna not braid him for quite a while, and I'm just gonna let him get comfortable where he is before I change anything. Let's see, what else have I not done? Oh, another plant that's been pretty easy for me so far, is my little spiderwort. How happy is this plant? He loves it here. He grew like a weed the first week I had him, and I hope he keeps doing so, because he looks, he's the happiest little plant. I have one more spiderwort. It had some leaf rot right here, but other than that, ever since then, it has been an extremely happy plant. Now this is obviously a very different type of spiderwort plant. It's called an inch plant, and I think if it hadn't had the issues that it had, it would be a little bigger than this by now. But as you can see, it's very happy. It's getting some new little guys on the bottom, 2 little new sprouts. So it initially was just 2 sprouts. So now it has 5 almost, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So it looks very nice pretty much anywhere that I put him, but he gets very curvy like this. So I'm hoping that that doesn't mean he's unhealthy and it just is what this plant does, but love him. Another easy plant is my lemon tree. I grew this from a lemon seed, which is like more detailed than you'd expect. You have to like, oh no, does this have spider mites? My lemon tree has spider mites. Okay, well, we're gonna get through this together. I grew him from a seed like a year ago. This is such an old guy. Okay, well I'm gonna get some stuff for him today and we'll figure it out together. What a stressful moment. Okay, moving right along. Our next plant is, I haven't had this very long. I don't know how fair it is to call it an easy plant, but this is my fiddle leaf fig, and I got this at Publix, and oh, how lovely it is. I do love this plant, and now I'm like checking everything so closely for spider mites, but looks okay. It's gotten 1 new little leaf since I got him, and he's really opened up, but I have an issue knowing when to water this plant. It seems happy if I give it more, it seems happy if I give it less, so I'm kind of just still figuring it out with this plant, but I've seen them big and I love them, so I went ahead and put him in this kind of big pot, so he can grow to his fullest potential. Now I'm just scared I'm getting spider mites on all my other plants. My second to last plant, oh wait, I forgot, my basil. Here's the thing, I also got this at Publix in one of those little herb things. They treat those terribly, so I think that's why I'm losing this sprig. Also, I need to cut the tops off because that's how you prune a basil, and I haven't done that yet because I've been waiting until I made a dinner with basil. It's been a good plant so far, it just wasn't taken care of very well when it first got to me, so I'm trying to save him and have him just keep growing basil as long as he pleases to grow basil. We are on to one of my favorite plants. This is my Calathea prayer plant. This is a beautiful girl. Now, she's still in prayer mode, even though it's like 1 p.m., which is kind of weird, but are these not the most beautiful leaves you've ever seen in your life? This is called Jungle Velvet prayer plant, and the undersides of the leaves are purple, and it's, at night, it like curls up and does this, which I guess is why it's called a prayer plant, because it prays, but usually it's like splayed out flat. And it's got so many new little leaf, spinny little pieces coming up, and it's the happiest plant. And I know so many people have issues with prayer plants. I have not had a single issue with this plant. Now I do live in the South where it is very humid and they do like humidity, but I got this in, you know, February when it was very not humid here. Well, it did rain a lot, but I have faith in this plant for the winter. I will move between windows. I will do whatever I need to do to keep him happy. But right now, he is loving life here in my apartment. And then I have a second prayer plant. This is a slightly more plain prayer plant, which I got in North Carolina. And he is not as happy as the other prayer plant. This one was, when I bought it, the greenhouse where we bought it from was very cold. And I think me and my friend we each bought one. Both of ours are having the same issues. A little bit of brown tips, which is pretty common, but, you know, annoying because the leaves are so pretty. But all the new leaves it's getting are very nice and very healthy looking, so I'm just gonna leave it the way that it is and hope for the best. This one sits on my living room table, but I think it's so beautiful. I'm just waiting for it to grow little sprouts off the side so it gets big and fat and long like all the beautiful ones. So, and those are all my plants. That's so many plants. That is not even including my ZZ plant, which is at my mom's house, and the Monstera, which I'm giving to my friend this Friday, and the prayer plant, the third prayer plant, which we kept alive for my boyfriend's mom because she lives in Wyoming, and you cannot get prayer plants in Wyoming because they're just gonna die there. But she does have a bathroom with a window in it where it might get warm and humid. So hopefully it will not meet its death in the winter. Hopefully my lemon tree won't die this winter. I'm probably gonna end the video now because no lie, I have a little bit of stress brewing in my stomach now because I'm like, my lemon tree, I planted that from a seed. So I'm gonna go try really hard to save it. I'm gonna go make my lunch and save my lemon tree, or at least try to. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know down in the comments if you would like more plant related videos. Oh my god, could I do more plant videos? I do so many plant things. Anyway, I already told you to like and subscribe to the channel, but I will see you next time. Bye.